and welcome to today's assembly, which is all about protecting your money. You may or may not have a little bit of money collecting in your piggy bank, and today's assembly, I'm going to be talking to you about how to protect your money, how to save your money, and places where you might earn your money in future. Okay, question number one is, what do we spend money on? What do you spend your money on? Do you spend it on snacks, on treats, on games? I want you to think about what you spend your money on and come up with an average amount of money that you spend every month. Then I would like you to think about the average household in this country and what you think they might spend their money on. Pause this video now and write down both of those things. Firstly, what you spend your money on, an average per month, and secondly, the types of things that an average family in England might spend their money on. Here's a pie chart showing an example of an average household in England. They spend their largest chunk of their money on housing. So an example of this is the money you pay for rent. If you don't own a house, you have to pay rent every month to a landlord to live there. The largest chunk of your money for an average household will go to rent. After that, it could be transportation, so that might be for your car or on your Oyster card if you catch the tube. And after that, it's food. You spend a lot of money on food and groceries every month. Then the rest you might spend on clothes, on healthcare, depending on whether or not you're privately insured. This might be an American example where people spend more money on healthcare where they don't have the NHS. Entertainment, so that could be anything from movie tickets to your Netflix subscription to games. And then this 11% stands for insurance and pensions. So insurance is money you pay in order to, for example, you pay insurance on your car. If you have a car accident, your insurer will pay you money. If your house gets burgled and you have insurance, you can then get money back for that. And in return, you pay a monthly insurance fee. Your pension is the little bit of money that you pay in every month. And then at the end of your career, when you retire, you get that money, because once you retire at, say, the age of 65, you're not earning money anymore. And that's when you cash in your pension. So this is just one example. Everyone's different and every household is different, but that gives you an idea of the different categories of things that we spend money on. Obviously, you're still all children and you're not earning money yet. You're not really allowed to be earning money yet. But once you get jobs and you start having more responsibilities, your spending will go up on these things. Next question. What are different ways in which people can earn money? So we spoke about how you spend money, that's money going out. And then this question is asking, what are the different ways money can go in? So have a think about this. Pause the video. So there are many ways in which you can earn money. These are the main categories. The first one is your salary or your income. And this is the money you get from your fixed job. So I'm a teacher. I get a monthly salary for my job. Most jobs you get a monthly salary or monthly income. Some people might have investments. That is another way in which you can earn money. So some people have investments on the stock market. So that's trading shares in companies. You could also have an investment in a property. So you buy a house. You need a lot of capital to do that. And then you can charge your tenants rent. That is another type of investment. Then You can also earn money through part-time jobs. So some of you, when you're a bit older, might take up some part-time jobs on the weekends. For example, working in restaurants as a waiter or a waitress, or working in the cinema to earn some extra pocket money. Here is a picture of some other types of jobs and occupations. There are many different types of jobs you can do, and more these days, it's much more likely that you'll have more than one career. So one can be a waiter, a paramedic, a dentist, a train conductor, a nurse, electrician, doctor, businessman or businesswoman, football player, a surgeon, which is a type of doctor, journalist, a boxer, cameraman or camerawoman, many different types of jobs you can do. And for all of these, you would earn a salary, and it's likely to be, well, some of them you have a regular salary and some of them you have a less regular salary. And with all different jobs, you have different amounts of salary. So some jobs you earn more money, some jobs you earn less money. And that is determined by the employer and by society and by the economy. Next question. Where does the money I earn go? So when you have a job and you earn salary, you're not so likely to be paid in cash. It's likely to go into a non-physical bank account. So the two main types of bank accounts are current bank accounts and savings bank accounts. So your savings bank account is an account in which you put money that you are saving and you don't want to spend immediately. It's important to save as much money as you can, because you might be saving to buy a house one day, you might be saving up to pay student loans, or you might be saving for something else. Your current bank account is the bank account where you put money that you are likely to spend. And then you can also put your money into investments. You can reinvest that money and into shares or property if you want your investments to grow. And finally, everyone who earns a salary or an income has to pay tax on that. So that is a certain percentage of money that you earn that goes to the government. And you might ask, well, what percentage will I be taxed? Well, that depends on how much money you earn, and it changes every year. Okay, credit cards and debit cards. So you will have all seen in the supermarket, or if you go to a restaurant, at the end when you are asked to pay, and if you pay by a credit card or debit card, you might have to put in your PIN code. So it's important to always, when you get a debit or a credit card, to protect your password and your PIN codes. We see a picture here of someone putting in their PIN code into an ATM machine, and these people are looking. So always protect your passwords and your PIN codes. And the same goes for online banking and just being really safe with your PIN codes and passwords. In the same way, if you had cash, you wouldn't just leave it lying on the table. Okay. Well, it's important to plan how much you spend, because if you are spending more than you're earning, you're going to run out of money pretty quickly. So once you start earning a salary, it's important to look at how much you earn every month, and then to come up with a plan of roughly how much you spend each month. And you can put it into a table like this, where you set out what your average income is, so money coming in, and average money coming out. So here, for example, this person stashes a good chunk away of savings every month that they put away for a rainy day. This is how much they spend on rent, on phone bills, on student tuition fees, on transport, on food. And then they work out whether their monthly expenses are smaller than their income, as they should be. Obviously, it changes month to month, but it is important to be conscious of how much you're spending. And if one month you spend a bit too much, you know that you can save a bit more the next month. Right, there was a whistle-stop tour of how to protect your money. If you have any more questions, let me know on Cecil. I hope you enjoyed today's assembly. Bye, Year 6.